My name's Pat Walker, and I moved to New Hampshire about, well, we won't go into that. When my children were young, I felt that pursuing my first occupation, which was nursing. I graduated from Emory University in Atlanta, Georgia. But at that time, you had to work 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. And this didn't seem to work with raising a family. So I decided that I would turn to my avocation. And I went to a couple of recitals, and I thought, yes, I definitely need to go to my avocation. So I began teaching ballet in Kentucky and then moved into Concord. And I have a really deep sense that ballet and dance is an art form. And I resent when it gets used as a sport. It's art, just like music and opera.
I have been dancing since I was 2. I was originally at a competition school, and then I came to Petit Papillon when I was 12, and I danced for about, I would say, 9 years there. And then, unfortunately, I went on to college, as we all do, and I actually pursued nursing. And in this day and age, we can work 12-hour shifts and have for like 3 days a week and then have the rest of the week off. So I'm still in school now, but I came to teach, back to Petit Papillon to teach, and I'm teaching a first-year syllabus right now.
We can't go as fast as a student would if they were in a school that is doing just dance plus academics. I mean, the students in Russia board there, and it's their whole life. So it's a little different for us. We have to change it a bit and make allowances for the fact that we're not going to go as fast. Well, just to clarify, we do have more than ballet. We have modern dance, and we have jazz hip-hop, and Colleen is teaching Scottish Highland dance, and we do creative movement for the little people.
I just feel that Petit Papillon not only nurtures the body and dance, but nurtures the soul with art. And I feel, coming from the two sides, I've been in a competition recital school, I felt it was more of a sport. It was fun, but it got to be a burden, and it was much nicer to come and do ballet at Petit Papillon.
Because everything is like building a house. You start in the basement and you put bricks on top of each other until you get to the top, and that's exactly what the syllabus does. You start at the beginning and you add things as the students are ready, and so that when you come to the more difficult things, they're ready for them and they can execute the technique well, so that when you begin to choreograph for them, you have a whole lot of things that you can do with them, and they're able to do the movements and present them in such a way that it looks like second nature. And I just think it's a wonderful way to teach the art.
I have 5 through 12 in my class, so 5, 7, and a 12-year-old. And it's different for each of them. The 5-year-old wants to be like her older sister, who's 12 in my class, who has seen dance on TV, and there's a lot of dance shows out there. And also, she's gone to ballets, and she's like, oh, I want to be like that, that ballerina.
And we do have students from 4 up. We have adult classes, and I think the largest number of our students is probably between 9 and 17, but we do have an adult class and we do have younger students. So try to fit all needs.
It's a great workout.
It is a great workout. And some of them have said when they came in that they didn't, they had always wanted to take dance but never had the opportunity.
Yep.
So that's the motivation for quite a few of them. And for those who have had dance before, it's probably, aside from being a great fitness endeavor, for stress release, it's got to be right up there in the top. And I think that's why teenagers especially try never to miss dance class. Yes. I've had them tell me, you know, it just makes me feel so much better. Even though I've got homework taller than I am, I have to come here and get rid of the stress before I can really concentrate on the homework. So
that was me. That was definitely me. It's still me. Yeah, I mean, any kind of exercise, any kind of physical activity, you know, releases chemicals in the brain that make you feel good, and dance is so wonderful. You've got the classical music that's just beautiful to listen to, and a character in a play or a ballet, you know what they're supposed to be doing as far as the script or, you know, the storyline, but you have to internalize that for yourself and say, now if I really was, say, the Empress, or if I really was the ambassador or the little maiden, how would I really be feeling? What would my emotions be, and how would I portray them? I think that it's a good lifestyle, because they get good socialization for the little kids. They learn to make friends. They learn that everybody is different and moves differently and acts differently, but that everything's beautiful no matter what you're doing or how you're doing it. And it sets a precedent to always be active and moving.
One of the comments that I hear most of all when people come to one of our performances who've never been before, they'll say, I had no idea. And I think, well, why don't you encourage everybody else to come? Because they probably don't have any idea either. They think it's a recital, and it's not. It's a real ballet.
And I think it's like Mrs. Walker said before, a stress release, and it helps you forget about certain things, like in the 20s, and in the 30s when they went to the cinema to forget about the war and everything. It's like that almost. But for children, it's, a little different. They can just get lost and be children.
Give us a try. You'll be surprised because you'll like it.
Yeah, it's wonderful. It's a great feeling, and
truly devoted, a splendid
it really does bring up your self-esteem.
If nothing else, I would hope that they would develop a love for the art form and be a supportive audience when they become adults and when they have their own family, to pass that on down to them, because that's really the only way the classics are going to ever endure, is if we pass them down through generations. An appreciation of the arts is pretty important, I think, because that's really what feeds the soul, in my humble opinion. It allows you to expand your world, and I would encourage people to come and see our productions, because they are not recitals. Recitals are one thing, performance productions are another, and I don't think people have experienced dance performance as much in this area as they could, and I think they have a nice surprise waiting for them, because that's the reaction we get from everybody who comes new to our productions.
You can do it throughout your entire life. I work at a residential facility for Alzheimer's patients, and I was just dancing there the other day for the residents, and they thoroughly enjoyed it. So you can do it in any avenue that you go into. You can use it to your advantage, and it makes my heart happy to dance.